There is nothing worse than totally misguided efforts, except for the fact that you are to blame. Ouch! Does my perception of reality cause me to do the wrong things? We will explore how to unlock the block when Saturday morning coaching begins. Get prepared with our 5-point model available at myvaluetree.com and be here right after wonderful weather and spectacular sports. Unlock the block and avoid totally misguided efforts. Welcome to Saturday Morning Coaching, where we use our 5-point star power model to help us thrive in uncertain times. And who can't use some help these days? Today's session is focused on avoiding totally misguided efforts that are directed by our deeply held perspectives, which may be wrong, very wrong. Let me use an experience I had this week to demonstrate. In the process of making upcoming travel arrangements, I needed my loyalty card and index of identification numbers. They were nowhere to be found, and I embarked on a journey of search, step retracement, and mental replay. I lost time, and my frustration grew. They were lost. Did I leave them at the hotel? When did I last use them? I meant until he went over every detail of my trip when I knew I had them. I had them when I picked up a rental car. I put them inside my pocket on my dark blue Blazer. I took them out and placed them in my folder on the front seat of the car. Maybe they slid off on the side of the rental car seat. No, I went through all my bags, my shirts, my clothes, my computer bag, the folders, my desk, and then I did it all again. Am I sure they were not at the hotel? I am sure I had them at the hotel and remember putting them on the corner of the dresser. It was an excruciating process with no results. The only thing to do was wait until the next day and start calling around. Annette gets home and adds another set of eyes to my searching. She says, "Walk me through it, step by step." Slightly frustrated and with a tinge of irritation, I do. With great emphasis, I show her how I put them in my blazer pocket. She went through all my bags and folders and said, "Talk me through it again." Slightly more frustrated and irritated, I did. I picked the rental car up, transferred my bags, and drove to Springfield before heading to the Catskills. I had them in my pocket and moved them because I did not want them slipping out of my pocket. I put them on the front seat or in a folder, I said. I was sure. I picked the car up and drove to Springfield. I could mentally see myself transferring my luggage from one vehicle to the other. After the 4th time going through this, I had this slight ping in my thoughts. Oh man, I took the projector screen with me. I didn't transfer it between cars. I loaded the car at home. I was struggling at this point. My recollection of events was totally distorted. Then, with a flash, bam, I picked the car up the day before, I exclaimed. I wasn't even wearing my blue blazer. I had on my corduroy coat and overcoat. And there they were, in the inside pocket of the overcoat, hanging in the closet, never having traveled with me. I was shocked. How could I have been so wrong and so convinced of my recollection? I wasted a massive amount of time searching in all the wrong places based on a wrong recollection of events. It took an outside perspective forcing me to see reality. The only way I could unlock the block was with Annette's help. My results were tied directly to my perspective, my take on reality. And the only way to accurately direct my effort was by having my reality changed. It is a sobering realization that my own perceptions were so inaccurate. In a June Harvard Business Review article on a new framework for managing risk, the author says, quote, "Organizational biases also inhibit our ability to discuss risk and failure. In particular, teams facing uncertain conditions often engage in groupthink. Once a course of action has gathered support within a group, those not yet on board tend to suppress their objections and fall in line. Groupthink is especially likely if the team is led by an overbearing or overconfident manager who wants to minimize conflict, delays, and challenges to his or her authority. Once our minds lock in, possibilities get excluded. Let's avoid totally misguided efforts so that we are more efficient and effective at getting the desired results. And we do this by entertaining challenges to our thinking. Put yourself through a battery of what-if questions. I find it helpful to have someone trusted be the one to challenge thinking. Give yourself a place and space to talk, and be patient with being queried. This is huge. To really have your thinking tested, you have to leave your ego at the door and open yourself up to another person's perspective. Because as I discovered, there are times I can't trust myself. As we get ready to go into Thanksgiving, one of you is positioned to totally mess things up. You are going to invest large quantities of energy stewing and worrying and grousing about something that has no basis in reality, and you will end up with the day in shambles, losing precious time and energy in the process. Stop! Open yourself to the possibility that you may be misdirected. Unlock the block by getting someone to help you think things through. You may just be able to create a totally different experience for everyone and have a super time yourself. Have a blessed Thanksgiving. I'm Coach Davis.